Well, we're starting here with the love morning, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna share our gratitude, and we're gonna do it in rhyme. Well, not all the have to be a sharing in a rhyme, because this song will end real soon, and then we can have it any way we like. We're gonna have a love morning, having love morning with you. We're having a love morning, and you know what to do. Share something nice in your heart. From the beginning and the start, share it with us all, and let your inhibitions fall. Welcome to Love Morning. A little daily practice, a little gratitude sharing, a little opportunity to think about who do we want to be today? Who do we want to be? I would like to be an ambassador of love. I would like to be seeking opportunities to connect. I would like to be looking for opportunities for kindness. I'd like to be practicing presence, practicing authenticity in my communication, practicing honesty. If you're here, I encourage you to say hello and share some gratitude. We would love to hear what you are grateful for. I had an interesting experience at a retreat I went to this weekend. I had so many good experiences. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to go to this beautiful place and with beautiful people and meet some incredible folks and share songs and community, and it was so wonderful. But the thing that popped in my mind as a lesson for me, a gratitude lesson, was I was there at this retreat with my brother, and it was hot out in east of here, an hour east, and my brother had forgotten his flip-flops. And so there's a main area that you have to go in and out and take your shoes off every time. So you got to have flip-flops. You don't want to, and he forgot his, so he was going to have to put on his socks and shoes every time he went in and out, which is many times a day. And so I was trying to figure out what could we do, and I had like a yoga mat. I'm like, maybe I could cut a yoga mat and find some cord, and like we could make him some flip-flops. And then somebody suggested, wonder if there's any in the lost and found. You could, just use some for the week. Maybe you could even just tell them like, oh, you lost some, and you wanted to look through the lost and found. And so I went to go find some for my brother to provide for my family. And so I went to talk to the organizer, who runs the facility, and I said, hey, is there a lost and found? I lost some flip-flops. And then he starts saying, well, how long ago did you lose it? And I'm like, uh-oh, now I'm being asked for details. I'm like, a few months ago. He goes, okay, because we clear out the lost and found, we give it away to Goodwill, every few months. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And so he brings me over to lost and found, and there's quite a bit there's several bins of stuff. And he goes, what brand are your flip-flops? And I'm like, fuck, now I'm totally caught in a lie. And I'm like, I think Keen was the brand. He goes, oh yeah, okay, that's a cool brand. And he starts going through, and then I find a pair in a bin that is the perfect size for my brother. I'm like, oh, you know what? These will work. And he's like, what? That's not the right brand. And I'm like, yeah, but it'll just be a good, it'll be a good gesture. It'll show him that I'm like, what am I doing? In my head, I'm like, what am I doing? And so he's like, okay, well, let's keep looking. Let's try to find his flip-flops. And so we go through it, and I'm just going like, these are going to be perfect. They're my brother's size. And so eventually, he keeps looking, and I go, you know what? My brother's, I didn't say my brother, my friend is going to be stoked that I even made the hassle of looking. It's going to be a nice gesture. And he's like, okay, I'm not sure how happy he's going to be about getting someone else's shoes, but whatever. So then we go out, and immediately I'm thinking, I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good. So I find him like 30 minutes later. I said, hey, brother, I lied to you. I told you that My friend lost some flip-flops. That's not the truth. My truth is my brother needed flip-flops, and I'm not sure why I said it, And he was like, isn't it interesting what the mind will do? I'm like, very much so. And so it was a great experience because it really illuminated to me how easy it is to tell a little white lie, to try to manipulate the future and get what I want. What do I seem to say to get what I want? When what I should have done is be present, have integrity, align with love, and then act. And if I was in that place, I would have said the truth. Like, hi, here is the problem that I'm trying to solve. And I believe that if I borrowed some from the Lost and Found and then returned them at the end of the weekend, that would be a beautiful solution. Is that okay? And I'm sure he would have said okay. But I didn't. And it's not something that I think I do often, but that it happened and I became aware of it. It's something that my dad does never. And some of the most aggressive, violent yellings that I've ever got from my dad was when I told a little white lie to try to get what I wanted. I remember one time we were all in the car heading to the swap meet. And my dad's like, oh, hey, there's a garage sale down the street. Let's go check it out. And I didn't want to go. I wanted to get to the swap meet. And so I said, oh, I already went over there. There's nothing cool there. And later he's like, did you really go to that garage sale? I'm like, no. And he was like so pissed because I lied. And to me, it wasn't that big a deal because I was young and stupid. And over time, I realized why it upset him so much, because that is how he lives his life. Like, if you do not have integrity and you aren't honest with your word, then you are weak and you are poor. You cannot be rich. You cannot be an honorable person if you are going to rely on deceit to try to get what you want. And so having this falling into deceit, catching myself, asking for forgiveness and apologizing was like, okay. So I felt back in integrity. Then I got to talk to him later, and we actually ended up getting really close and connecting in a beautiful way. He's a beautiful man. And so, yeah, so I'm grateful for this opportunity to stumble, catch myself, and brush myself off and learn from it. And that's the truth. Good morning if you are here and saying hello. I'm so grateful. Renee says, I am grateful for friends and community near and far, showing up, reaching out, and sharing. Thank you, Renee. I am grateful for all the people that I met at this retreat. A few people that, everyone there was phenomenal, but there was a few that I really connected with. And, know that I'll stay in touch and really shared deeply and just was touched by their stories and their growth. That's one of the things about, going to a place, a retreat where you were dedicating a weekend or a week to growth. And everybody you start at, I'm here to grow. And then you have facilitators that set a tone and set a container, and you end up building trust so quickly. And that place of trust and that place of support is so fertile to just allowing and feeling and being able to notice things in you that are out of alignment. I think when you have a bunch of people that are questioning and working to be authentic and looking at and noticing their patterns that they need to work on, you start to go, oh, I could see some of that in me. Oh, wow, I could see some of that. Oh my gosh, yes. And you may even be in a pattern like I was with that little white lie, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to be this. And that is, that the self-observation is, one of the most basic important tools for growth. Non-judgmental self-observation. What am I doing? How am I thinking? What am I doing? And why? And if you just keep, questioning, then you start to go, okay, that's not something I want to do anymore. That doesn't feel like me at all. I don't even know where that came from. Or, I know exactly where that came from. And I got to start noticing it and not doing it because it's not me. So, looks like we've got very few people participating today as comments, and that's okay because we can just go on with our day, remembering who do we want to be, agents of love, agents of connection. I have been offline since Friday, so if you've missed me, oh, that's so nice. If you've forgotten about me, that's less nice. But I am glad to be able to experience this start of the day with you. This collective expression of gratitude and this collective momentum towards being our ideal self, being our love ambassador in the world. So wherever you are in this moment, give yourself a big hug, give a squeeze, appreciate this body of gratitude for all that we've endured and struggled with and all of our stumbles and all of our failures that have helped to allow us opportunities to grow and to challenge ourselves and be stronger and be more clear about our truth. Let's be grateful for the opportunities ahead to continue practicing being the version of ourselves that is most in alignment with our real, divine, precious innocence, our loving selves. So let's feel ourselves connected in this moment, hugging one another as we take a deep breath in and squeeze and release. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for this love morning and being a part of Hug Nation. And thanks for not making fun of my poofy hair. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm thinking maybe mohawk, pink for Burning Man, and then shave my head again. Because the other thought was that grow it out long, but that is going to be like 3 years of me apologizing for my puffy head. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. Oh, look, some hellos. Good morning, Izzy. Izzy is grateful for tasks becoming easier after giving my online workshops for 6 months. Nice, Izzy. Paul is glad to start the day together. Grateful for sunshine and water. Thank you, Paul. I'm grateful for you. The retreat was in Boulevard, California, which is hot and deserty, but they have aqua connection to the Aquafina, aquifer, whatever it's called. So they have this yummy water from their faucets, but everything around is just dry and deserty like Joshua Tree. And it really is a place where you appreciate water. Always good to appreciate water. Thanks, Paul. And Rachel's here too, sending love, hugs, breath, and thank yous. Thank you, Rachel. Aw, thanks everyone. Have an incredible start to this week. Wait, what day is it? Tuesday. Oh, I just got back from the retreat yesterday, so today is my Monday. Oh, which, by the way, I got one more story to tell. Should I tell one more story? Yeah, okay. So I went for a hike to visit these caves, and on the way back, I took a different route back, kind of got off the trail, so I was like bushwhacking my way back to the retreat center, and slipped and fell onto a rusty barbed wire fence and gashed my leg. I'm not sure if you can see it. This is healing nicely, but it was not good initially. And then I made it back to the retreat center. My pants were ripped, blood all over them. And then later that day, I realized I couldn't find my phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did my phone fall out of my pocket when I fell in the middle of bushwhacking? I'm like, oh my gosh. And there's no phone service out there. I can't use Find My Phone because there's no internet access. But my brother's like, let's go see if we can find it and bring your Apple Watch. Like, okay, so I charge up my Apple Watch. We retrace my steps. We find the place where I fell, and we're searching through the grass. It's like thick brush, and Can't find it. And then I'm like, okay, let's see if the phone will work. So I do the phone. It's got a little locate your phone on the Apple Watch, and we hear ding 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 ding. What? It's here. It's right around here. So ding 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 ding. It took us like 5 rings. We finally find it, and it was overheated, so I couldn't have used it, couldn't have called it. But somehow the Apple Watch made it ding, and I retrieved my phone. So I'm grateful for a successful mission, and grateful that so far my leg is healing, and probably still gonna go get a tetanus shot. But grateful for my health. And so far, no lockjaw and a retrieved working phone. Okay, beautiful people. I love you. Have a beautiful day.